Alrighty, folks, we are back to the Battle of Beaver Championship race. Man, oh man, I'll tell you what, technology is not my biggest friend right now. I'll tell you what, we just had a PC crash, but hey, you know what? We got back as soon as we could. And right now, it is lap 125. Sometimes in championship races, the unexpected happens, Emery, and it snuck upon us again, those gremlins. So either way, we're back. Lap 126, Matthew Fleming is being shown as the race leader. Brandon's 6th right now in P2. A lot going on here, man.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't control some stuff, and that happens. But we are back here for the championship race as Brandon 6 is now in 2nd. Frankie Barroso's in 3rd. We've seen them together all day long, all night long. Can they make it happen? This is where it counts, as you're seeing these drivers who started in the back make their way to the front. We had some drivers as well go in and get some go to the pits and get some tires and some fuel. But this is what it all counts now, Steve. End of the race is coming up. We only have a few more laps left before this championship race finishes.
Yes, sir. And as folks come back right now, nothing was missed by you guys. Green flag still. Nothing really happened. Some green flag pit stops, it looks like right now. We're seeing Michael Lanphier come down pit road. Haven't talked much about him, but having a very clean race today. Looks very good in that number 13 car right there. Fleming, Brandon 6 up at the front, though, all saving fuel. So again, I think, Emery, like we said earlier, this is the push to only have to go one more time for green flag racing.
Yeah, 39 laps left, 38 as they cross. So not a whole lot of laps left, as you can see a lot of them off the lead lap. 6 and Frankie up front there. But man, this is where strategy pays off. Early on in that race, when you made those moves to fall back, save some fuel, and now it all comes full circle, as now this is where it counts too. This is all for the money, Steve. Championship race, season 5 is all on the line. Can these guys make it happen? But hey, we still got a lot of time left, Steve. Nicholas Simpson in that 46, I want to talk about him. He's in that Chevy. Now he's sitting 10th. He's 8 spots up. Just having a wonderful day, doing a lot of good work out here, driving well for the last race. This is going to be a confident booster for him in season 6.
Oh, for sure it will. I mean, Nick Simpson, right? I mean, look, has been just done very, very well, right? I mean, this is a season where he's learned quite a bit, and he's just gotten better and better. I mean, sometimes people need that kind of experience. And I'll tell you what, man, next season, season 6, he will be a contender, right? I think next season for him, his goal, in my opinion, hey, make that championship 12. If he can do that, you know, no matter how far he gets into that, I think it's going to be a win for him. And either way, a very solid run, very good season so far.
Yep, love to see that, love to see it. But race continues, coming to an end, Steve. Man, oh man, now 6. Brandon 6 in that 66. He's up front. Frankie Barroso's, he's in 2nd. Devin is in 4th. Matt Fleming is in 3rd.
Yeah, keep in mind, though, Devin Smucker is 29 seconds back. So he took that pit stop earlier. So he, at this point, is hoping for a late race caution, if I had to guess, right? If he has that late race caution, I think he's back in this thing. I think his strategy maybe didn't work, but again, maybe he knows something we don't, right? This is why he's in the car and we're not. So I think he's got something up his sleeve potentially, but the way I see it, if a green flag, or I'm sorry, if a caution comes out, he's right back in this. But man, 6 in Frankie Barroso. And then Roger Pierce, like 4th place, but granted 1 lap down. And there's just so much going on. Almost 35 laps to go here, Emery. I can't tell you who can win this thing. It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's a hard read. They're really making us work for it here to try to figure out the mathematics of it and all the strategy. It's been kind of tough. It's been all over the board. But hey, that's some green flag racing for you, and I love to see it on this last race of the season. This is the championship race. Looking at the number 27, he's very strong right now. He's in 4th, up 6 spots, but he is still 1 lap down. Not sure if he really needs a caution, but is Frankie and Brandon 6 going to make it all the way through? I think they have to go in one more time. Am I wrong, Steve?
That's the thing right now. Frankie Barroso is actually in this time. So right now, he's going to try and get this. This is the call right here. Can he go the rest of the way on fuel? That's the call. He's going to most likely get those 4 tires And then off he goes. Right sides go on, left side's going on right now as well. Well, maybe not. Only right sides potentially. Just waited right there for fuel. So a 2-tire stop for him. Brandon 6 now comes down 1 lap after. We saw this exact same strategy earlier in the race. We'll see what Brandon does. He is notorious for taking those 2 tires as well, especially late in this race. So what are they cooking in Bowie Esports?
Yeah, and I don't think they expected Devin to stay out, or actually, excuse me, go in at that time. Brandon 6 and excuse me, Frankie were out, and then all of a sudden Devin in that Ford, that number 26, pitted early. So he's on some older tires, got some fuel. How long can he stay out there before he has to come back in to get fuel? Now, if he doesn't have to come back in, I think he's out front all day long. I just don't think he has enough in that tank.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, Smirker right now up at the front, but I've got a feeling at this point, Brandon 6, Frankie Barroso, there's no more pitting in their future if this thing stays green. I think that's been their strategy all race long, is to get themselves in this position to make it go green the entire way and hold off on fuel strat. So I think this is the case for them. I think right now this is their strategy being realized. And if this thing stays green, I've got a feeling this could be it for them. But Smirker, hey, don't count him out. He's looking very good. 5-second lead right now up against Kenny Reel. He still has to pit once more, though. So that's the part where it kind of gets dangerous. And in my mind, if a yellow came out, I think that equalizes a lot of these guys. Roger Pierce, I think the same thing, and it does. The yellow flag comes out.
Unbelievable. Julio is in a situation where he got caught up in a wreck. The yellow comes out. We just talked about this. Steve, this changes everything for the Bowie Esports team in the back.
Yeah, this is really rough right here. I mean, 30 laps to go. We went green the entire way. We'll look back and see what happened here. But you're right. This is, in my opinion, what Smirker needed, and also Pierce. So we'll see what this looks like right here. Yellow flag for the first time today. Oh, man. Looks like Villalobos might have just come up onto Nick Simpson. Can't really tell right there. We'll get a different angle, but either way, man, that's a tough, tough break. We'll get one more shot at it if we can get a better look. Yeah, just racing really close together. We'll go back one more spot in real time here. That's tough. I mean, Simpson earlier, like right before that, across the line, was trying like a side draft move almost. And then, you know, they both kind of try and go for that same spot to get that preferred entry into turn one. And, yeah, unfortunately caused that first wreck. So either way, huge racing implications right here. Brandon 6, Frankie Barroso, looks like they may stay out up front. Keep in mind, they had enough fuel anyway. If this yellow came out right before they pitted, I think that might have spelt trouble. But right now, they had enough fuel already. They took the 2 tires. This helps them, right? So now they can really kind of just go all out, knowing for a fact they have the fuel. But guys like, you know, back here, Marshall Harris, Jamie Graham, these guys all coming down pit road, you know, most likely 4 tires full of fuel. But Devin Smirker comes out the pit road right here, got those tires, you know that for a fact. Roger Pierce as well. So that kind of puts these guys into a better shape. Smirker and Roger Pierce, right? They most likely got 4 tires. We'll try and get confirmation of that, but yeah, so either way, 6 and Frankie, though, have that track position. So what will matter more? The 2 tires, the 4 tires? Emery, I mean, I'll tell you what,
I mean, yeah, and the strategy-wise, I mean, Brandon 6, Frankie, they definitely didn't want to see that caution come out because, you know, Devin had to come down during a green flag to get the fuel, get the tires, and now guess what? He got a free pass. The yellow comes out. He can get into the pit lane, come back out. He's now right behind Matt Fleming, right behind those guys in the top 4, top 5, and he's in a great position. So that changes everything. We only have, what, 28, 25, 26 laps when we go green? It's just going to be a shootout at this point, Steve.
Yeah, and honestly, I think, you know, if I'm in that cockpit, right, of Brandon 6, Frankie Barroso, I probably didn't want to see that, although I'm kind of okay with it because I've got the fuel to go the rest of the way. If I'm Smecker or if I'm Roger Pierce, I just got a huge freebie because now I'm back in this thing, right? You get those 4 fresh tires. You most likely that was your last set. If you did, you've got the fuel for sure now. So now you're kind of on that offensive mode of, hey, track those guys down and see what happens, right? 25, 26 laps maybe, at the line to go green. Right now we're going to choose here with Brandon Davis in that choose car. So give you folks at home a different angle of this to show you how it works, but pretty cool right here. But yeah, I honestly think this might be kind of an equalizer to a degree. It's still hard to pass here. And, these guys just got their right sides not even 2 laps ago. So I think they're going to be okay. But Emery, I mean, this definitely is, it's fun for us, right? Because we get to see these guys kind of duke it out. 4 guys, all the championship drivers up front. Who's got it?
I was just gonna say, if you're at home watching and us watching in the booth, I mean, this is gonna come down to the wire, and you got all the drivers you could ever imagine up front. I mean, 6, he's been winning. He's looking out for a championship. Kenny Real, he's in the contender championship. He's right there in the mix. Frankie, what can he do? Can he come out and get this win as well? But don't forget about it, Roger Pierce. He's in 7th. He knows how to move at Charlotte. He can make his way through this field and get up front. And I'm betting you it will be in that top 5 with 5 laps to go. But you're right, Steve. This is just the shootout now. We got just a few laps left. 25 is a lot, but in reality, a 1.5 mile track at Charlotte, it ain't a whole lot. So it's crazy. It's going to be a crazy end to this race.
Hey, keep in mind, stage 1 was 25 laps. So we know exactly what 25 laps of green flag racing can look like in this race. Now, granted, now it's nighttime and not daytime, but the same things apply. So we're going to find out. I mean, if I'm a driver in this right now, I like 4 tires. I like being on that 4 tires right now. So if I'm a Devin Smecker or a Roger Pierce, I feel pretty good about that. I can be on the offense. If I'm a Brandon 6 or a Frankie Barroso, I kind of like that too, because now I'm in the front. I've got that track position, so it clean air. It just comes down to who can execute the best. We're about to find out.
Yeah, clean air is what you want. Also, what you want is a good restart here. I think Roger Pierce in the 27, this is going to be the most important restart of the race today. He's got to stay up in that top 5, top 6. We saw a lot of drivers with clean air be able to take off from the rest of the pack. What can happen here? Brandon 6, starting on the inside, is going to get a green flag again here at Charlotte as we're back racing. Brandon 6 with a big jump, a little checkup on the outside. We are back here, turns 1 and 2, championship race, 1.5 miles at Charlotte.
Yes, sir. The outside line didn't really go. Kenny Real, Matthew Fleming. Right now, side by side, James Kaufman gets into Jamie Graham. We're seeing Nick Lights as well. A lot of battles already early. This is the spot. You need to get to the front. Devin Smirker already up to P3, though. On those tires. Roger Pierce not... What?
No, I talked about it. Roger Pierce needed that good restart. Just checked up on the outside. Now he's getting stuck behind some of these drivers. Couldn't get out to where he wanted to be. He's got a lot of room to make up with only 25 laps left. Unfortunate break for him. Can he get back up to the front?
Hey, it's not a bad move, though. Hold on to your tires. 25 laps here is very long. Your tires can burn up quickly. So you know what? Hold on to them. Stay in the back. And then beat him at the end of this thing, right? That could be his case right here. That's what he has to go for.
One story we've seen all season long is that 66 up front. He's out for blood this season. Can he make it happen? Can he hold on? 24 laps left here at Charlotte. He's in the perfect position with his teammate, the number 48 of Frankie Barroso, in second, pushing him behind. But hey, the number 4, the 26 of Devin, he's in third. We got a show here at Charlotte. What can happen? Unbelievable racing. Can't wait to see it.
Yes, sir. 23 laps to go. Different line right now for Devin Smirker. Going to try out the outside lane. That could work. It is nighttime, though. The track is cooled down and grip has gone up. So the cars are going to be a little bit more tight now. So the outside lane might not be as good as it could be. Frankie Rosa taking a very high exit right there. A lot on the line for these drivers. Kenny Real, right now, your leading contender driver, but Matthew Fleming is right there too. So a lot going on right here, Emery. 22 laps to go.
Yeah, these runs are so frustrating sometimes. It may come off the corners like you got a big run, and then, hey, different line gets pushed, and your car just feels like it shuts off, and you don't have the momentum. Right now, Roger's kind of feeling that. He's in that 7th position, running on the outside, inside, trying to make it work. Oh, we got a car on the wall. Looks like he's still back there. That's the number 11 of Kenny Reel. Kenny Reel's falling back. He's in the Contenders Championship.
Yeah, had a big moment right there. Hit the wall in the turn of fourth turn. Woof. Try saying that 3 times fast. Got hit from behind by Joseph Mealy. Still going, though, on the back end of Roger Pierce. So far, so good.
Yeah, Roger Pierce now looking pretty strong. He's making up some ground. I think this is where he feels comfortable. Single file. He can figure out where he wants to be. He's got no cars around him, as now the top 6 cars, top 5 cars are single file up front. Brandon 6 really hasn't got the jump that I thought he would. I think he's saving a little bit. He don't want to burn him up too early. 20 laps to go, 19 to go as they cross.
Yes, sir. Brandon 6 has that fresh air, though. That's what it matters. It matters so much when you're in that dirty air, especially at this track. It just gets so tight at this place. And right now, they have got to get around these guys. If you're Smirker or Frankie Barroso, I mean, what do? Frankie, he's not blocking for 6. I can promise you that. He wants this championship just as much as anybody else does. Right now, it's just so hard to pass at this track. That front spot is massive. Kenny Reel way sideways here. Comes back on the track. He's good to go.
Yeah, that's going to push him out of the Contender Championship. We've got Joseph Mealy up there. He's in 7th. He's sitting right there looking very good. He might be the Contender Championship, but Matt Fleming, he's in 4th, right up in the mix.
I'll tell you what, these drivers right here were made for this. We talked about it earlier, right? The Championship 4 drivers, you got here for a reason, because you can excel in the high pressure moments and in the hard situations. And right now, look at your board. All 4 Championship 4 drivers are in the top 4. It's all come down to this, Emery. Who's going to take it?
Couldn't plan it better, as we've got such good drivers up in the front pack. 27, Roger Pierce has made a big move now, sitting in 4th. 6 still up front. But he's not moving too fast now. He's got Frankie Barroso in the 48. He's only right behind, just a few. 17 laps to go. 16 when they cross. A loss for words, Steve.
It's a lot right now. Tires are huge. Devin Smirker going to try the outside lane, but not really working. Frankie's taking a pretty defensive line. He's kind of entering normal, but then he kind of diamonds the corner. Devin, though, gets a great jump out of the exit.
Yeah, huge run, working that outside. Now he's right behind Frankie. He's got Roger on the rear as well. Does he make the same line work? He's been kind of working the outside, trying to get around traffic. Does that tear up his tires a little bit? Wow, Frankie's staying up high, and Brandon 6 goes low. We're almost in a 3-wide situation if Devin can make a run.
Yeah, you can see it, but again, I think Devin, you got to be careful here, right? Roger might have saved his tires a little bit better in that first 10 laps of this last, since the last restart. But it comes down to this, right? I mean, you have to hold on to the tires. There's still 15 laps to go, 14 now, as they cross the line. That's a long time for these tires to fall off.
All 4 drivers up front. You couldn't plan this better, Steve. Season 5 championship race. 6 up front with 26 to Devin, Roger Pierce, Frankie Barroso. Unbelievable. 14 laps to go. 13 when they cross some contact with Frankie in the 26. Everybody, no, Frankie's getting loose. He's in the wall.
Oh no, huge moment right here for the championship. Yellow flag is out, 13 laps to go. Frankie Barroso, Devin Smirker just comes up high onto Frankie. I'm not sure if he might have gotten really tight right there, but gets into Frankie. And then just Frankie has nowhere to go, tries to handle the car, and then right into Smirker. That essentially takes out 2 of our championship contenders here, Smirker and Barroso. Man, oh man, tight racing. Smirker had the 4 tires, the fresh tires. Frankie had the 2 tires, but man, that is a massive, massive hit with 13 laps to go. Let's go back and take a look.
Take another look at this, Steve. Implications in the books. Looks like 2 drivers might be out. Not a whole lot of damage, but man, oh man.
Yeah, big damage for Frankie, obviously. I mean, what's even more important is that Devin Smirker and Frankie are going to be, having the damage now. They've got a lot more cars to pass, right? And things like that. We'll go back even further, kind of get a better scope of this. Yeah, we'll go back even further because it happens much further back if we can. So right here, we're going to see Frankie Barroso. So Frankie takes that defensive line we talked about, but then comes down, kind of apexes the corner, almost like a Dover. And then right here, Smirker gets a good run. Little kiss right there, moves him up a little bit, comes down, hugs that blue line. All things are good right here on the exit of turn 3 and 4. But then this is where it changes. Comes down low, hits that grass a little bit, doesn't affect much. But right here, kind of comes down low, bounces off of Frankie right there a little bit, and then comes down, still side by side. Here's turn 3 again, the next lap. Drifts up high. Frankie comes down actually right there. And then Frankie just gets right back into Devin. That might be more on Frankie right there. We'll go back and take a look through the power of replay and rewind, as they always say. And we'll kind of play by play this, because this is huge.
They go way back, and they're already in contact before even the turn. Devin's on that inside, really trying to make it work. I think Frankie's just trying to get a little side draft, getting real close. It's obviously a racing incident, but man.
Yeah, I mean, Devin holds his line right there. It's just, I mean, he might have come up just a touch, but I mean, not enough to really warrant, that right there. But Frankie, from this angle at least, looks like he kind of comes down and just into Smirker. Unfortunately, nowhere to go really for Devin. So really, really tough break right there. Just super unfortunate. But as we come back live right here, we're seeing Brandon 6 right here in P11. So it looks like he would have taken his last set of 4 tires. So that's a bold move right there, because he is currently in P11. So we'll watch out for that as all these drivers are coming down pit road. Not pit road, to the choose. Brandon Davis taking care of that role for us as the choose car. So pretty cool right there.
What a choice for Brandon 6 to come in, to have confidence to get tires. He's got 4 tires, but when we go back green, we only have 9 to go in this race. Roger Pierce out front. He's so strong in that P1 position with the clean air. I mean, does he have enough time, Steve, to make it all the way back around to catch it, the field?
I think, honestly, though, I think this is the move for him, right? I really do. I mean, obviously, he didn't come down and take tires, take fuel, obviously. So right now, this is it for him. So, I mean, with Barroso and Smirker out of the race, more or less, right, out of the contention for the championship, I mean, it comes down to Brandon 6 and Roger Pierce, in my mind, right? And I think Roger Pierce, throughout this particular race, you've shown that you can't quite compete head-to-head with Brandon 6 or the rest of the guys, right, based on speed or handling, things like that, right? So why give up the track position? Why give up P1? You get a good restart here. You have the clean air. Anything can happen, right? Brandon 6 is in P11. He's like 6 rows back. Now, granted, 6 is he's gonna be on the move very, very quickly. So if you're a Pierce, you hope that your lead is enough to really, choose that, or, make that gap work. I mean, you don't hope that 6 wrecks, but I mean, you kind of hope he gets involved in maybe some slow drivers or, things like that, right? I think this, honestly, is the perfect move for Roger Pierce. I think this is it for him. But if Brandon 6, gets on that horse and has those 4 fresh tires, it could be game over pretty easily and pretty quickly. So either way, 9 laps to go here at the line, Emery. It's come down to this, man. What will happen?
Yeah, Brandon 6 is only 5 rows back from Roger Pierce. on the board. It looks like he's back a ton of spots. Can he get through the field and do what he has to do to make it work? We're about to find out as Roger Pierce in the 27, that's Chevy. He's going to take the green flag here at Charlotte for the Season 5 championship race. Roger Pierce, he is green flag on the inside. They are back green.
This is what it comes down to. Can Roger Pierce hold off these drivers right here? He's in P1, but further on back, Brandon 6, he has those 4 tires. He has got to get around these guys quickly. Everybody in front of him is much slower. 9 laps to go. What can he do?
Kenny Real was right in front of him. His teammate, he got out of the way. Now Brandon 6 trying to make the inside work, but I'll tell you this much, 8 to go. Roger Pierce is so ahead of him. Does he make up the time? I don't think it happens, Steve. This is going to be a wild one. Brandon 6 has the ability to do it drive skill-wise. I just think he's going to run out of time. 4 tires versus old tires. Roger Pierce up front. He stays up there. He's going to get the championship. But here comes 66.
Yeah, right now the gap is 1.8 seconds back. That's not a whole lot right there. He has got to get on his horse if he wants to try and win this championship. He gave up the lead. Keep in mind, he had the lead. He chose to come down here and get those tires. We will see how this works late in this race, but Roger Pierce under fire now.
All Roger has to do is stay in front of that 66, and he will be the champion. Brandon 6 with new tires has 7 to go, 6 now when they cross. He's got to get up to the front to get ahead of Roger Pierce. Can he make it happen? That is the race as it is as of now. Matthew Fleming in the 88. He's in that contender championship with Joseph Mealy battling out in the 39. He's in 3rd.
Yes, sir. 5 laps to go here at the line. Roger Pierce, though, this is not really what he wants. He wants to be in that clean air. He wants to be kind of by himself, right? Nick Light's putting up that fight. That's only going to help Brandon 6 catch him.
6 only needs 5 more drivers, and he's on the tailgate of that Roger Pierce car. Can he keep it going?
Roger Pierce doing all he can right now, looking very, very good. He has to be happy about his situation here. Just has to hold the line here for 4 more laps at the stripe. Let's Nick Lights go.
66 is getting some trouble in the back. He got some contact door to door, but it's still clean.
Jamie Graham, keep in mind, that's the teammate to Devin Smirker. Keeps it clean right there. 4 laps to go.
Steve, I think he has the time. He goes way low, 3 wide now. Brandon 6 on a run. He's in 4th position. 2 more cars.
Yes, he is. Brandon 6 saw his championship go away last season against Mark Whitley. Man, oh man, last 2 laps actually, it came down to a battle into turn 1 at Auto Club. And right now he's getting flashbacks of that with Roger Pierce, but Brandon 6 has the tires, has the time here with 2.5 laps to go. What kind of fight will Roger Pierce put up here to win this championship?
I know Roger Pierce in that 27 won't make it easy for him to pass. 6 is going to have to time it right, but he's got a big run as he's on the inside. He's now in 2nd ahead of Roger Pierce, crossing the line.
Roger's going to give it everything he can right now, but just doesn't have the tires right there. A valiant effort. Brandon 6 gets the move right here for P2, has P1 in sights. Nick Lights has had a great race all race long as a non-championship driver. Brandon 6, though, going to bounce off Nick Lights. 1 lap to go. Keep it clean.
Nick Lights is going to battle 6 as the white flag is out. Sim motion white flag. Brandon 6 on the inside trying to make it work. He is your leader. Brandon 6 ahead of Roger Pierce. He will be your champion if it stays true now. 1 more time around. Brandon 6, is he going to make it happen?
Coming
and
to the
Brandon
line.
6, as they cross, Brandon 6 is going to be your winner and your Season 5 ASRA champion.
Man, incredible job right there for Brandon Six to come from 9 laps on fresh tires to track down Roger Pierce. Incredible run right there. Absolutely fantastic racing. And right there, right behind him, Kenny Reel. Kenny Reel's going to be your Contender Series champion as the highest finisher of those contender drivers as well. Brandon Six, man, after 3 or 4 seasons of heartbreak, has finally broken through for his first ASRA Cup Series championship, and absolutely well-deserved.
He had the lead, decided that he was going to go back in the pits to get 4 tires, dropped him all the way back to 8th, 9th spot, and then he was able to come back to get past Roger Pierce for that win. He is your Season 5 champion. Unbelievable. But hey, big shout out to Kenny Reel as well, teammate, contender champion. Love to see that. He's improved a ton this season, Steve.
Yes, sir, he has. Kenny Reel winning that contender championship is absolutely massive for him. So a fantastic job. But right now, we're not going to rob any time away from Brandon Six. He has absolutely deserved this championship, has won 10 races this season, has completely dominated, has talked about the championship format, right? Has always said, hey, you know, you can dominate all race long or all season long, but this one race championship, you know, who knows what can happen? And he finds himself in that spot to win, and he did it. Brandon Six is your champion for Season 5. Kenny Reel is your champion for the Contender Series, for the ASRA Cup Series for Season 5. So a fantastic job there for him. Nick Lights rounding off in P2, taking the road course back down to the hauler, as Nick Lights would always do. So looking good for him. But anyway, folks, we're going to go and thank our sponsors real fast. We'll come back and talk to our top 3, and we'll come right back.
Glad that Roger
All right, folks, we are back for the Battle Beaver Championship race here at the ASRA Cup Series. And man, oh man, at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Brandon Six finally breaks through after seasons of trying and seasons of heartbreak. And right now, that 66 Battle Beaver machine, coincidentally enough, has found himself a championship and has found himself in victory circle, looking very, very good. So we're going to bring in our top 3 real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's just go straight to the champion in Brandon Six. Let's track him down. Brandon Six, it's Steve and Emery in the booth, man. You got me?
I do. How's it going, fellas?
Hey, man. It's just, wow. Just an awesome finish. I'll tell you what, we, again, kind of had that Las Vegas vibe where it had that last kind of caution kind of late in the race. And, man, you took those 4 tires at the end and just sailed on past. What did it take to do that, man? Either way, at the end of the day, you're the first-time champion. Congratulations on the Season 5 championship. Finally, for you, Brandon Six.
I know. Thank God. I've been chasing this championship for the last 3 seasons now, and I'm finally happy to get one. I kind of wish it would have stayed caution-free there for that final stage. I think Frankie and I had the fuel strategy played out to win it between the 2 of us, and then unfortunately had that late race caution, which ended up causing some more mayhem, which I think my teammate Frankie and Devin got together.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to see that happen, especially when it's for the championship, but I'm sure they'll talk it over and see what happened there. But I was not gonna lie, I was starting to panic a little bit and making sure, because the first couple laps the tires did not fire off very well. It would not turn, wouldn't do anything, and then once the tires came in, I was starting to pick up lap time on them really quick. I'm like, I might have them, and Bowie, I had Bowie, luckily the team owner calling shots out and helping me out navigate the traffic, and was luckily able to pull off the win and the championship.
Yeah, man, just honestly really, really impressive. I mean, and two, just the cojones, I guess, to really just, you know, take the 4 tires and just go for it right at the end there. That's really special, obviously, in just that confidence to have that. But honestly, I mean, in my opinion, maybe you can elaborate on this, but huge. I mean, hats off, you know, to Roger Pierce for obviously knowing that, hey, you know, you're coming through with fresh tires, didn't really put much of a fight up, and, you know, let you not let you, but I mean, you know, more or less, you know, let you have that spot. So overall, really, really good. I mean, the track obviously changed, it sounded like, between day and tonight, obviously, and track temps and whatnot, but I mean, what are you gonna say, man? I mean, big race. I believe your 11th win of the season. Could be less than that. Could be wrong here, but either way, it's a lot. And just finally pulled through, man.
Heck yeah! I it's the 11th win on the season. I'm so stoked because this is like hands down my best season in this league. From wins, finishes, everything. I'm just actually happy that it went in my way for once, I guess, in this championship race, and didn't come runner up or finishing third or whatever it may be. I'm super stoked, and actually super stoked to actually get to the win and the championship with Battle Beaver on the car, who was also sponsoring this race.
Yeah, just a huge support from them. Really appreciate them coming on board. Battle Beaver, just a huge partner that we were able to bring on, so lucky for that, and just really appreciative. But yeah, I mean, Battle Beaver on your car, so just a match made in heaven. So awesome job, man. We're gonna go and celebrate, obviously, and just for an overall good season, and just an awesome time here for this Cup Series Season 5. So go and celebrate, do it with your teammates, but first give us any shout outs, your sponsors, friends, family. What do you got, man?
Heck yeah. Obviously, shout out to Battle Beaver again, supported me all season long. Glad to finish it off on a good note with them, and obviously got to thank the team, thank Frankie. Him and I worked very close this week, trying to figure out strategy and different plans for this race, and at least one of us was able to get the finish that we wanted. Unfortunately, like I said, things didn't turn out for Frankie, but we'll turn around and get him next year. And obviously thank you, Steve, and Emery, for putting on this broadcast, and you, Steve, for putting in this league.
Yes, sir, man. Great job again. We'll see you a little later on, and congrats again, man. Well deserved.
Yep, thank you guys. Have a good one.
All right, there he is, Emery, your champion. Just an incredible job for him to pull it through. Again, multiple seasons in the past of just, quite frankly, heartbreak. Just couldn't quite get it done. And, you know, not for lack of trying, right? But finally today it all came together. And Brandon Six is your champion. So great job for him. We're going to bring in P2 real quick, and then P3, Kenny Real, is your contender champion. So we'll bring him in here momentarily. But first I want to bring in Nick Lights. Where is he? Hold on now. Oh, here he is. Hey, Nick Lights, man. It's Steve in the booth. You got me?
Hey, I got you, Steve.
Hey, man. Great job. I'll tell you what, like, throughout the playoffs, we were talking about it. I mean, even though you weren't really a playoff driver or whatnot, you really just had a great time. I mean, like, you won a couple races this season. You just did really well. It just makes me think, you know, hey, man, if you were, like, full-time, what could you have done here today? And just very, very solid for sure. But talk to us about your race, man. P2 is very solid.
Yeah, P2 in the race was great, but no, what you're saying about the whole season was fantastic as well. Picking up a couple wins. I feel like if we were in that championship hunt, we definitely would have been in contention. Turned the wick on there late in the season and performed pretty well, I think. But this race it was fun. It was, you know, the track changed throughout the day, so I think it was tight and got a little loose later on in the run, and then just as the night fell, everything became all chaotic and different strategies, and it all just worked out in the end. Almost had it.
Hey, Nick, it's a good job. I'm tuning in real quick. Got one question for you. Okay.
Okay.
You going full time next season? Season 6?
I'd like to. It was a bunch of fun. I'll definitely have to talk to Matt Fleming and everybody over there. if they'd want me back. I know it was a ton of fun, and I'm excited for all those racetracks. Maybe not the LA Coliseum, but
Oh, spoiler alert! Hold on now.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
if we're racing that, I don't know. You know, I've heard it being thrown out there, but no. Yeah, I think it should be fun next year.
Yes, sir.
I just had to put you on the spot. Right on. Hey, congratulations, P2.
Thank you, Kim.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, go ahead and give us your shout outs real quick, and then we'll let you go, man. Great job.
Yeah, shout out to Harpoon Designs for the paint. Hold on 1 second. Yes, Fleming Dogs Auto Repair, MB Roofing, Murphy's Mechanical, and Wheels America for this season. It was fantastic. Congrats to Brandon 6 as well, and you guys for putting this on. It was a ton of fun.
Yes, sir, man. Awesome job. Go ahead and celebrate, and we'll catch you next time, dude. Go enjoy the off season.
Thank you. You guys too.
Alrighty, there he is, man. Awesome job there for Nick Lights. Really good job. But right now we're gonna bring in P3 Kenny Reel. Incredible job for Kenny Reel. I believe actually this might be his best finish of the season. I don't have my stats in front of me, but tell you what, fantastic job for him. Kenny Reel, we'll sneak him in here. Here he is, Kenny Reel with the 3rd place finish and Contender Series playoff champion. Incredible job, man. You had a great race all race, very consistent, and got the job done, man. How'd you do it?
Saving a set of tires for that last restart is what got it done. I didn't want to see the caution there at the end, like where we was having that long run, and then we stayed out, didn't take tires, and then I was hoping for a caution with 10-15 to go, and ended up catching it. I had 4 left in pits, and yeah, it was just getting the heat in the tires after that, and then going to get them.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, awesome job. Champion nonetheless for the Contenders. Obviously not what you wanted for as far as the championship, but overall, hey, you won something, and very good right there. Best of the rest. Cannot be disappointed. So fantastic job. I believe also your best finish of the season, correct? B3?
Yeah, this is my first interview in here so far, so yeah.
Man, look at that, huh? Great finish of the season, and you won that Contender Championship. So awesome job for you, man. Hey, give us your shout outs and your sponsors, friends, family. What do you got, man?
Just shout out to all my teammates over at Beaver Esports. Shout out to my spotter that's been spotting me, Daryl. He does an amazing job. He makes the race easier for me. And shout out to you guys for putting on the league and the broadcast. I appreciate it.
Hey, yes, sir, man. Go and celebrate, dude. We'll catch you next time. Enjoy the off season. Have a good Christmas.
All right, fellas. You guys have a good one.
Alrighty, Emery, that is it for the season, man. Brandon 6, your champion. Just an absolutely incredible time for him to win this right here. It's just the culmination of a lot that happened right in the past few seasons. But talk to us, Emery, about your thoughts, how the season went, how this race went, and man, oh man.
Yeah, I mean, big shout out to Brandon 6. Sometimes he makes this racing look really easy. I know he fought for it today to keep that car clean, to make the choices, to go in when he's got the lead with 10 laps left to get fresh tires. I mean, those are big calls. Those are just big calls to put him in a position to get a championship, and that's what he did. And he's been trying to fight for that all season long. He made it happen. So big shout out to 6, but everybody else, man, these drivers. Roger Pierce came out, battled. He was up front, tried to make it work, just ran out of time with the tires, and all these guys in the Contenders, the top 4 that were battling for the championship, unbelievable. These drivers are amazing, and the competition was fantastic in season 5. I'm super pumped for season 6, and I cannot wait, Steve. This has been a lot of fun. Probably one of our best seasons yet, and I don't think we're done. I think it's going to continue.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too, right? I mean, in the pre-race, I kind of talked to these guys about, hey, just thanks for the race, thanks for the season, right? A lot of respect on track we've seen this season, a lot of just, overall, good vibes. So very well deserved for Brandon 6. Real quick, want to shout out Roger Pierce. I mean, man, we saw him this whole race, trying to find what it took, right? Led some laps and got to the front, right? Multiple different strategies, but at the end, and I'll stick by it, I think he made the right call to stay out right there, because you just never know. Maybe Brandon doesn't get there on fresh tires. Maybe somebody wrecks him. Maybe, whatever it takes, right? So maybe there's multiple cautions and it becomes a green, white, checkered, and, who knows what can happen, right? But Roger Pierce coming in second in this championship is definitely well-deserved and put on one hell of a show. And unfortunately, Frankie Barroso, Devin Smarker getting involved, together late in the race. That's just one of those things, unfortunately. And like Six talked about it, well, I'm sure they'll talk about it like men and kind of figure it out. Obviously, to your point, racing deal, right? Those things happen. High stress, high pressure. But either way, right now, very good season. Charlotte Motor Speedway did not disappoint, as it always does. So big time race and big time season. Brandon Six walks away as your champion.
Yeah, and I think it's going to continue, Steve. I think this is a kind of a foreshadowing of season 6. I think Devin's going to be that driver that comes back next season, and he's going to try to come out for blood and get that win. Big shout out to him and that whole team that's come on board for season 5. Murphy Motorsports. It's a big deal for ASRA Cup Series and them on Twitter and all the social media. But overall, Steve, I think it's been a great season 5. Good racing, a good group of drivers. I can't say any more than that, but also a big shout out to everybody at home, Race Day Live, sticking it through every Tuesday, tuning in, watching these drivers do what they do. Thanks for being here. You guys are very supportive as well. Big shout out to our sponsors. First and foremost, Battle Beaver. They were today's sponsor at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Sim Motion, huge sponsor for us. Admin Box, Harpoon Designs, Under Pressure Power Washing Services, man. All of those guys that come on board and do this, we want to thank you. But what do you got to say? You got one more for us, Steve? I mean, before you send us off to season 6.
Yes, sir. I mean, hey, just really quick, want to wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Obviously, that's next weekend, so big shout out to that for going to be a fun time with the family and friends and whatnot. So we're going to be off now for quite a bit. We're going to have a bit of an off season ourselves for Race Day Live. We'll be back actually on January 19th. So circle your calendar. That's going to be the Daytona 24-hour race here on iRacing. We're going to be having fielding 2 cars for the GT3s. Going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to kick off Race Day Live 2024 with that race. We'll have some fun with that, try and compete in it and try and win. So we'll see how that works. ASRA Cup Series Season 6 will kick off February 6th. So that works out. Season 6, February 6th. And we'll work it out then. Still on Tuesday, still at 9 p.m. So that series will be recruiting pretty much the entirety of January. So going to be a lot of fun. Season actually starts off, as Nick Lights mentioned it, at the LA Coliseum. So the real thing, the real LA Coliseum race is February 4th. We're going to do our season opener on the 6th. It's going to be a non-points race to open the season, but it'll be setting the qualifying grid for Daytona, which would be the week after. So we'll have fun with it, making a fun race, and that'll be February 6th here on Race Day Live. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. We'll see you guys in the new year, and a big shout out to everybody who supports this channel. We're getting very close to 500 subs, so very, very cool. So thank you all for being here, and thanks, Emery, for being a great teammate here in the booth, man. Always holding it down.
Absolutely.
Well, yes, sir. We'll send you guys off. Have a good night. Merry Christmas into the new year. And hey, 2024, look out for us, man. Going to be a big time for the ASRA as well as Race Day Live. So we'll see you next time. Have a good night.
Good night.